Hey gang, Jen here. Everything shared is per the Fair Use Act of 1976. Okay, so let's go over a couple of things. This won't be very long. In regards to the most recent coronation, viewers all over the world, regardless of country or status, were invited being the very clear terminology here. And we've talked about consent and inviting things into our life and our personal circle and our space. Viewers were invited to say, and I'm not doing this, I am reading it. I am not taking this oath. They're invited to say that they swear that they will pay true allegiance to His Majesty and to his heirs and his successors according to law. So help them God. The pledge replaces the traditional homage of peers in which only the monarch's heirs swear allegiance to the new king or queen, which was done as well. If you watched it, I didn't watch it. I saw little clips of it. It's unavoidable, and I wanted to see what happened exactly, but I still feel like I'm on the right track, even though most people disagree with me. That's fine. Like I said, just look around at the people around you. They are very clearly emulating certain people from this highest elite family. And it's very clear if you just look at society and the goings-on. So let's then go over to this, which is what it made me think of. And there he is. There he is again. 2 Thessalonians 2, 3 through 5. Let no man deceive you by any means, for unless there come a revolt first, and the man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition, who opposeth and is lifted up above all that is called God, or that is worshipped, so that he sitteth in the temple of God, showing himself as if he were God. Remember you not that when I was yet with you, I told you these things? Let's stop there for a second, real quick, and again go over the fact that every verse usually has about 3 meanings, at least 3 intentions to get across. A spiritual intent, a physical manifestation of that verse, and something else having to do with time and the scope of time. But a lot of people will say, oh, well, the temple has to be rebuilt before this happens. So again, we are called to really get deeper in with the verses as we grow in spirit and grow with God. Each verse has at least 2 or 3 meanings assigned to it. 3 is usually the number of the Trinity, so you'll find that repetition all over in the gematria and the numbers of events and confirmations and how that works. So, temple is also referring to one's body. So not only did we have the physical manifestation of this, but there's something else happening. And again, I found it in the LDS doctrine. It's a part of their doctrine. And it's about how the school of thought that we all become gods and that we all become gods of our own little realm like Christ did. And that doesn't fly with me for a lot of reasons, but the main one being that's how Adam and Eve were deceived in the garden, and they were told that they would be like God. Maybe like him, but not him exactly. So considering that and considering every verse has more than one meaning, this is Stephen Furtick. I usually don't call people out, but this is really important. I actually went over this with the movie The Fourth Kind. People allegedly who were under hypnosis would shout this out, and the woman who the movie was about, she it did something to her body and like severed her spinal cord. But I think it was just fascinating, the relation they were showing to that and the words that came out of her mouth. So he recently said something very controversial in one of his sermons. I'm not big on megachurch people. I don't usually watch them, but I liked him when he was younger, and he was a lot smaller. I don't know what everybody's on that they're bulking up like this, but anyways, he was going off just like on this tangent in the sermon, because I actually saw some of it, and then he starts saying, I am this and I am that, about God. And then he says, I am, and then you see it there. He is calling himself, the big guy, the head honcho. And again, this can bring on negative consequences for so many reasons, but I just wanted to say that there are a few verses after the one I just showed that we'll go over as well at a later time, maybe in a live video or something. But it gets into more specifics. And again, I think it's not just speaking of the AC himself itself. It's also speaking to each person individually. So you really have to be willing to dig at that and see what you come away with. Oh, sorry. So anyways, I thought this was all very interesting, and that it fit with the times, and it really makes me wonder, and I have to say this, I wonder how many Freemasons, I wonder how many of them have already said this oath, and that's just yet another reason people are acting what we would normally consider to be out of character. If they've already done this, it actually could be doing something not just to them spiritually, but also to how they operate in our world and in society, and these changes we're seeing in people. So it just got me to really thinking about that. All right, guys, I hope you're well. More soon. Bye.